Welcome back, bros, to another video review, and today we have the opportunity to take a look at this brand new Transformer figure fresh off the Amazon truck. Today we are taking a look at Transformers Legacy United, the Beast Wars Universe. Now, it's not Beast Wars Universe 2, but it's called the Tasmanian Kid, aka Snarl, from the 1996 Beast Wars series. Happy holidays, bros. I just wanted to get that off my chest as Christmas is drawing near. So for the contents, we get the Tasmanian Kid himself, and we get the instruction manual, which is standard to all Transformer figures, and he comes with one accessory, which is his tail, and he also has his tail that turns into a weapon function. As for the details, guys, here I am zoomed in so we could take a look at the details together. And I just want to say right off the top that I am excited about this figure. This was one of my highlights for Wave 1 of Transformers Legacy United, because I thought the other deluxes besides Magnus were like not for me. And this was the figure for me because I had the original back when I was a kid, and I enjoyed Snarl, which now they're calling it aka the Tasmanian Kid, but this is Snarl to me because I have the original and I just loved it so much. So for the details on this figure, I'm gonna start with the head. The head sculpt is spot on and consistent of 3 colors: black, light blue for the eyes, and brown molded plastic, which is the skin tone of the Tasmanian Kid. When it comes to other painted detail, besides just details in his animal mode, only details on robot mode that you get that you don't really see in animal mode is his abdomen region, where it is a fake faux Tasmanian Kid mouth, where you got the teeth and you got the inside of the mouth, which resembles a 6-pack of abs. So yes, this little guy has definitely been putting in reps in the gym. When looking at the feet, that's the only other painted area, as I said, because his feet are basically the head of the Tasmanian Tiger, or Tasmanian Kid, in other words, as it was as for the original back in the 90s. So before we get to the articulation segment of my review, I wanted to share this Transformers Beast Wars Snarl tech spec. So basically you could see what this character was about. So basically right here, I already have the photo up for you to check out. Snarl is a maximal, and his function was surprise attacks. His strength was a 7, his intelligence was a 5, his speed was a 9, his endurance was a 5, his rank was a 2, his courage was a 7, his firepower is a 4, and a 5 for his skill. So right there is a read up. You can read about him if you would like. But yes, this is Beast Wars Snarl. Even though in Legacy United, he is called the Tasmanian Kid. And I'm definitely excited to finally have an updated version of one of my favorite Beast Wars toys from the 90s. So next, here we have the articulation portion of my video review for the Tasmanian Kid, aka Snarl. So basically with this figure right here, the arms can go up this high. They can rotate all the way around. It is a little hindered right here by the hind leg, but you can get my drift. This rotates a full 360 if you like. The hand can hinge this way, and it can also rotate a full 360. The head has a great range of motions. If you move this piece right here back, this is the proper way they want you to transform it. But, you know, as Transformer fans, we have our own favorite ways. So for me, I like it like this. So it's out the way, and you can get some dynamic, you know, looking up positions, because he is a smaller maximal. So his head can look up that high, and it really can't look low anymore, but it can rotate left and right, as you just saw. The leg can kick up this high. It is a 90-degree bend on the leg. The foot is on a hinge. Oh no, it's a ball joint, so you can rotate it a full 360 if you like. The foot right here is articulated at the heel, which you can move any type of way to get more dynamic poses if you would like. Now, this figure being a core class, there is no waist swivel, so they're keeping true to what we got with the original. So with that being said, this is all the articulation that we get right here in robot mode, and it's pretty much the same as what we got with the original. So I'm actually pretty satisfied because Hasbro is doing a terrific job, in my opinion, on this figure. So for the accessory that comes with Snarl, here we have his one lone accessory. And right here, sorry if you're having a hard difficulty time seeing it. It's kind of close to my skin tone, but maybe not. But anyway, this is the tail right here. And it has a function of being his weapon, which is a gun. And it works as his tail. There's nothing really spectacular about it beside the molded fur detail. And it just goes on his arm like this. Unfortunately, he can't hold it. But like I said, that is the design of the character, to have these flat palm hands. And because the hands also work as the hind legs when in beast mode. It is comparison time, guys, and I had to bring out the first comparison, being the OG Snarl figure back from 1996, Beast Wars. That's right, guys, I still got it, and this figure looks terrific compared to the new version of the Transformers Legacy United Tasmanian Kid, as they call him now. Now, just checking out both of these figures, as you see right here, you can see the homage right here to the original Beast Wars figure. You still have the mouth right there being pretty much the torso. You got the heads, which are slightly a little different. Now, the new head, I kind of like it a little bit better because it gives him like a helmet vibe, like he's a medieval knight or something like that. Now, don't get me wrong, the original was great. But I see that the original does lack a little details, and the ears on the new one, to me, kind of look a little better on the helmet versus the way they did with the original. Now, when looking at the figure, as you can see right there, it is pretty much the same aesthetics, except this is just the newer technology. We get the same amount of articulation with each figure, and this is why you see there is no waist swivel, because you have that backpack hinge, which also becomes the back portion when in beast mode. So now you see the resemblance. The only difference is that the tail on the new version is painted brown. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that, but it is brown. From the previous edition, the tail was the same color as the stripes going down the Tasmanian. So I don't know if they're going to do a updated version with Takara to fix that and give it the more original Beast Wars look from when the toy came out back in the 90s. But all in all, this is what I wanted to show you guys. They did a terrific job, and I'm happy Hasbro has given us this figure. It wasn't necessarily needed, but it is a nice figure for the Beast Wars community. Now, I'm curious to see if we're going to get some more smaller Beast Wars. Like, I would love to see the Squid like that, maybe Quick Strike and some other figures in that size. But I'm definitely liking what Hasbro is doing with the Beast Wars coming out in the core size line of Legacy so far. For my second comparison, here we have Beast Wars Snarl from the Transformers Legacy United line with some of the Kingdom figures right here. As you can see, we have the Kingdom Rat Trap, which is a custom that I did, guys. So he did not come like that in packaging, of course. We have the customized Cheetor that I also customized to look more like himself, which I also did. And then we have the Tigatron, which is the Kingdom Voyager class. And then we have the Kingdom Rhinox, which is a Voyager class. And Leader class, we have T-Rex. And that was the Target exclusive back in the day from the Buzzworthy, I guess, Kingdom line. But anyway, the Tasmanian Kid scales well with other core class Beast Wars. Not only the core, the deluxe, the Voyager, and also the Leader class, man. This thing is just incredible, and I hope they continue incorporating some more of the Beast Wars figures to fill out our updated Beast Wars toys as what we had as kids back in the 90s. Lastly, for comparisons, here we have fellow Wave 1 figures, Boulder Crash and also Magnius compared to the Tasmanian Kid. And I'm definitely liking what Legacy United is bringing us so far, because all three of these figures are terrific in my opinion. And I'm definitely looking forward to the last figure that I have on pre-order, which is Tigerhawk. Hopefully it should come soon rather than later. And here we are for a comparison with the new Transformers Legacy United Tasmanian Kid with some of the older 1996 Beast War toys that I still have left in my collection. Here we have the original Tigatron. Here we have the original Armadillo, which I do believe we will get soon, because I feel like Snarl is the base out of these figures. For these ones that have these shells and these add-on hands and body parts, I think he is the leader, making the way for the other figures that are built just like him. So I think he'll be coming soon. And then we have the original Snarl, as I just showed you a few minutes ago. And then we have Bone Crusher. And this one right here, I believe is the Japanese version, because he is in the red. I know in the United States he was white. I had the white one, but this is the Japanese version where he is red. So now it's time for transformation, and it's basically the same as if you had the original. It is the same steps. So let's go ahead and transform it. So basically I'm just going to pull this off his arm. It's definitely like the original. Pull this back. That's pretty much good to go right there. For the head, it wants you to turn it around. And what you're going to do is you're going to hinge the arms down. This is the new feature. They go all the way down to about here. Yes, they will be in the way. So that's fine. Just keep them out just like this. Now you take the hind legs, you bring them up and over. In here, make sure that this is, right here. Make sure, because it's a peg, make sure they're locked in. If you do not have it locked in, you will not have a chance of getting this figure to become flush. So see, it's locked in right there, it's pegged in. And then rotate the head just a little bit, close the jaw, so that you can start to form that Tasmanian tiger head. And do the same thing for the other side. Like I said, make sure that part is still locked in on the knee. Bring the feet together. They are pegged. Just peg them like that. They snap. There you go. And make sure this piece is locked in, because this is the way you're going to try to get it as flush as possible. When putting it all together, it wants you to tuck the head up like this. Basically, now go ahead and move these legs sort of out the way. Compress them down. And what you're going to do is get them all the way compressed. Yes, maybe your copy may not be as good as mine, or mine might not be as good as yours. Don't forget to bring these down. Just keep the legs out the way right now. You will have to tab them in. And they snap like that. Hopefully you heard it. Give it a little tight squeeze. That is that. And then peg in the legs right here, just like that. Now that you got the legs pegged in, rotate the forearms and the hands for the robot, which eventually come the feet and legs of the Tasmanian Kid, and basically plug in the tail. And here we have Snarl transform, or the Tasmanian Kid transform into its alt mode. So now that we have the Tasmanian Kid transform into his alt mode, I'm going to stop saying that. This is Snarl, Beast Wars Snarl, guys. I'm sorry for that. So now that he's transformed, just looking at him, this guy is very darn good in my opinion. It definitely resembles what we got with the original, with a updated, more animal-like representation of the Tasmanian Kid. Now, with the tail, I'm still a little bummed out. I wish this was the same color as this black or these molded parts of the body. I don't know why it is in this brown, but I think it should be either black or this type of gray, which his forearms are and the front arms right here. But nevertheless, it is a good representation of Snarl. And just looking at this, guys, right here, I have everything fully pegged in correctly. Unfortunately, this is a piece where it can suffer from gappage. So just excuse that. It is a tight fit. It fits well, but on this side, it's not quite, you know, as good as this side. So this side's not bad, but this side is worse. So you could try to rotate the head around, but then you get this side a little bit looser than you want. So technically there's no fix for that, but all in all, it is still a terrific figure in my opinion. So now let's start the party. Here we are for the comparison segment, which I'm excited about because this is one of my favorite Beast Wars toys. As I stated throughout this review, here we have the original Beast Wars Snarl compared with the new Legacy United Tasmanian Kid, aka Snarl. As you see right here, they're pretty much the same, except some subtle differences. As you can see that the biggest difference that you can see is the tail is not painted or is not in that charcoal color plastic. Now, I do feel like Hasbro slipped up and I don't know how they made this colossal mistake, but it's probably not as colossal as I'm making it, but man, you had one job. That tail is supposed to be the same color as the forearms, as the stripe on the Tasmanian tiger. What happened? Other than that, this is a great updated homage to a figure that was very good in its time, and I think the new one is definitely as good, but I'm just a little bummed about the tail. That's my only gripe, guys, about that. And then the only gripe you can see is the little gappage on the head, but they pretty much look updated versions from the technology now to what we got in the past. Now, do I think this new figure is an upgrade from the old figure? I will say yes with the articulation, but no with the size, as you can see, and then no with the paint details because of the brown tail. Next, for comparisons, here we have some more original Beast Wars figures transformed into their beast mode compared with the new Transformers Legacy Tasmanian Kid. As you see right here, I do think this fits in well, because this is actually a very good scale to what the older figures were in the past compared to this new figure. So I think this new figure scales well with our older figures. So just taking a look, I'm going to turn them forward so you can enjoy this 1996 Beast Wars goodness. And lastly, for comparisons, here we have some Kingdom Beast Wars figures, and we also have a Legacy Beast Wars figure. And here we have the Nemesis Leo Prime. Here we have the Kingdom Maximal Cheetor and the Kingdom Maximal Rat Trap compared with the Transformers Legacy United Maximal Tasmanian Kid, aka Snarl. And I must say, this reminds me of something I did in elementary school, like a food chain path pyramid system. Like the mouse gets eaten by the Tasmanian tiger, the cheetah eats the tiger, and the lion, I don't think he'll eat a cheetah, but just in case if he did, there it is. But anyway, these guys look great and scale well with the new updated figures of the Beast Wars characters in the new line through Legacy and Kingdom. So just checking them out from the front view, these guys look terrific in my opinion. And I definitely am liking what Hasbro is doing, and they are doing a good job in my opinion. So now we reached a portion of my video review where I like to do the Yeah Bro figure pickup or the figure pass segment of my review, where I get to share my opinions and my thoughts on this recent figure I picked up and reviewed before you, basically to give you my thoughts and opinions on whether this is a good figure or a bad figure, basically the pros and the cons, in hopes and efforts to guiding you on possibly deciding to make a purchase for this figure or ultimately deciding that this figure is not for your collection and it is a pass for you. As for me, guys, this is definitely a pickup in my opinion because I am a huge Beast Wars fan. And yes, this is a updated version to the original Beast Wars figure that I had back in the day, which is called Snarl. With the new Transformers Legacy United name, they renamed him to the Tasmanian Kid, which I don't have a problem to, but I know who this is, and hopefully you know after me reading that tech spec about Beast Wars Snarl. When it comes to the paint details on this figure, it is actually pretty good, and I think they did a good job. Unfortunately, I do not like the fact that the tail is not painted in the same color as the figure's forearms or the stripe going down the Tasmanian Kid's back to its head. So that's the one disappointment that I have in that. But other than that, this figure is almost near being perfect in my opinion. When it comes to the molding on this figure, it is brand new and the only mold that figure I think in the whole Beast Wars line. So I do not believe you'll get a remold of this figure unless they give it a more toy accurate form or a more cartoon accurate form from the Beast Wars series that came out in Japan, which this character was featured in. When it comes to the playability in both robot mode and in beast mode, it is terrific and it is fun, and it's definitely just like it was with the original back in the day. The only difference between this and the original is that the original had the gimmick where you could spring load and you could have the Snarl like pogo stick off of his tail, or you could have him on the ground in beast mode and the tail is supposed to launch the Tasmanian Kid, aka Snarl, across the table or whatever you got, across any floor or something like that. But basically, guys, with all that being said, do not hesitate. I do believe this is a pickup. This is one of my favorite characters, as I told you throughout all of this review. I apologize for being so long. I just love this character and this toy. So if you're interested in picking up a copy of this figure, I got my copy from Amazon.com, where I pre-ordered this figure and it shipped to me as soon as this figure came in stock for my pre-order. I end up paying $9.99 plus taxes for this figure, and I am satisfied because Amazon got me this figure earlier than what it said as of January 1st. So I'm definitely excited to bring this review to you of one of my favorite figures. So if you would like to purchase it, the link will be posted below in my description if you would like to get a copy of this figure for your collection. As always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. By doing these 4 actions, it shows my channel a tremendous amount of support, and not only that, positive feedback as a YouTube content creator. Thank you once again for spending your time watching my video, and until next time, yeah bro, I'll see you soon. And wait guys, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you can be informed when I have uploaded new content for you to check out to watch at your earliest convenience. Thank you.